Step one, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step two, get some good, some food in you. Step three.
Hello everyone, welcome back to V Squad TV. Imagine tens of thousands of people screaming one name under the night sky of Busan. The sea breeze blows from the Korea Strait, the stadium lights blaze like stars descending to earth, and on a magnificent 360-degree stage, Kim Taehyung stands, smiling, as if 4 years that felt like a lifetime have finally paid off. This isn't just a concert. This is the most emotional homecoming in modern K-pop history. BTS officially performed 2 full nights at Busan Ashad Main Stadium on June the 12th and 13th, 2026, as part of the BTS World Tour Arirang, the largest tour ever by any Korean artist. And among the 7 stars gracing the stage, one figure stole the show in a very special way. Kim Taehyung, the man born and raised in the city he is now conquering again. Busan isn't just a concert venue for Taehyung. This was the land that shaped him, the city he once left with big dreams, and now he was back, no longer a hopeful young man, but a global star known from Seoul to Sao Paulo. The concert schedule kicked off on Friday, June 12th, with the stadium doors shaking from the morning soundcheck at 9:40 a.m. local time. The main show was scheduled for 1 p.m. Saudi Arabian time, a detail that reflected the global reach of ARMY, who followed BTS's every move in real time from all corners of the globe. The second day, Saturday, June 13th, repeated the same format. Soundcheck at 9:40 a.m., concert at 1 p.m. Saudi Arabian time. And June 13th was no random date. It was BTS's debut anniversary. 13 years on the journey of 7 young Koreans who changed the face of the global music industry. Celebrating it in Busan, Taehyung's hometown, was a scenario that felt too perfect to be mere coincidence. Armies who had been lucky enough to secure tickets had already filled the streets around Busan Ashad Main Stadium for several days beforehand. The bustle of BTS-themed cafes, banners of Taehyung's face plastered all over the city, and the tears of joy from fans finally seeing their idols in person. All of these are part of an extraordinary ecosystem that only one name can create, BTS. For the younger generation who grew up with BTS from DNA to Butter, this moment feels like the closing of one chapter and the opening of a new, more mature one. The album Arirang, which sold nearly 4 million copies in just one day of its release, is proof that BTS is not only not forgotten during their military hiatus, but is actually missed even more. The name Arirang itself is taken from a beloved Korean folk song, a ballad about longing, separation, and hope. No title could more accurately describe BTS's journey over the past 4 years. Taehyung, known as V on stage, brought a unique emotional dimension to the Busan concert. He grew up in this rugged yet warm port city. His unique artistic style, distinctive baritone voice, and undeniable personality, all of these are ingrained in the Busan DNA that runs through his veins. The concert in Busan was more than just a performance for Taehyung, it was a spiritual moment. Standing on stage in his hometown, in front of hundreds of thousands of loving eyes, was something even the most poetic song lyrics could hardly describe. The official trailer for BTS World Tour Arirang in Busan, live viewing, released in early June, featured the 7 members in all-black outfits, grooving on stage to the tune of Swim, the lead single from Arirang, which has already topped the Billboard Hot 100. And Taehyung's image in the trailer? One word: magnetic. For those unable to attend in person, BTS has prepared an equally epic solution. The concert night on June 13th will be broadcast live in cinemas worldwide through BTS World Tour Arirang in Busan. Live viewing, a 3-hour, 15-minute cinematic experience that will make anyone feel like they're in the stadium. Streaming platform Weverse is also offering live streaming tickets for armies who want to watch from the comfort of their own homes, with options ranging from 4K single view to multi-view with 4 screens simultaneously. Because armies know, watching Taehyung from multiple angles simultaneously is a privilege in itself. On social media, the hashtags #TaehyungBusan and #VHomecoming were already trending in dozens of countries even before the concert began. Short clips from the morning soundcheck that leaked on various platforms were immediately flooded with tearful comments. During the first day's soundcheck, Taehyung reportedly appeared more relaxed than usual, laughing with the other members, occasionally gazing out of the stadium at the ocean of Busan visible in the distance. It was these small moments that most shattered ARMY's hearts, but in the most delightful way. The Arirang World Tour itself was unprecedented in K-pop history. Spanning 34 cities in 23 countries with a total of 85 shows, it set a new record as the most extensive tour ever by a Korean artist. Busan wasn't just one of the cities. It was the emotional high point of the entire tour. After Busan, BTS was scheduled to perform at the FIFA World Cup final halftime show at MetLife Stadium, New Jersey, on July 19, 2026, alongside Shakira and Madonna. But before the glittering American stage arrived, there was a night in Busan to endure, and that night belonged to Taehyung. The 360-degree stage design used by BTS on the Arirang tour allows everyone in the audience to feel intimately connected to the performers. There's no back or front. Everyone is equally close to the stars. And in this format, Taehyung's energy, which fills every corner of the stage, becomes even more unstoppable. The young fans who come to Busan don't just come to watch, they come to feel. This generation, raised in the age of social media, understands that a BTS concert is a multidimensional experience. The music, the visuals, the emotional narrative, and of course, the connection between the members and ARMY that has existed for over a decade. Taehyung himself once said in an interview that Busan has always been the place where he feels most himself. In this city, he's not just V, the Korean star, he's Taehyung, the boy who once dreamed on the beach, who has now returned with the world in his hands. The Arirang album that underpins this tour isn't just a collection of songs, it's a manifesto. With 14 tracks that blend rap, experimental beats, and honest melodies, this album reflects a more mature, deeper, and bolder BTS. Taehyung's contributions to the album, both vocally and artistically, have led music critics to call it VS best era of his career. One of the most anticipated moments of the Busan concert is Taehyung's solo performance, a segment believed to be the emotional peak of the entire show. Based on leaks from various fan sources, tonight's set list promises a surprise that will keep Busan up for 2 nights in a row. It's no exaggeration to say that this Busan concert is one of the most significant cultural events of 2026. In a world full of fast-paced and uncertain times, BTS, and especially Taehyung, brings something that today's youth desperately need: sincerity, hope, and music that truly speaks. As the clock strikes evening in Korea and thousands of fans begin to fill the Busan Ashad main stadium, one thing is certain: whatever happens on stage tonight, Busan will remember it forever. And Taehyung, V, will remember it as one of the most meaningful nights of his life. Armies around the world, get ready. 2 nights in Busan have just begun. The live stream is live, hearts are ready to burst, and Kim Taehyung's name is ready to resound from South Korea to all corners of the globe. What makes this moment even more memorable is the fact that Taehyung had openly expressed how much he missed the stage during his military service. 4 years is a long time, enough for the world to change, trends to shift, and new names to emerge in the global music industry. But Taehyung not only remained relevant, he returned with a version of himself that was far stronger, deeper, and more artistically groundbreaking than ever before. Busan was a silent witness to that transformation. Behind the scenes, preparations for the 2-night concert were carried out with extraordinary production standards. The 360-degree stage at Busan Ashad main stadium was designed to ensure every corner of the stands felt the same intimacy. No audience member felt far away, no spot felt left out. And for those of you who don't want to miss a second of all the magic that happens in Busan, from behind-the-scenes sound checks, army reactions, to analyzing Taehyung's performances night after night, don't forget to subscribe to the V Squad TV YouTube channel now. They're live from Busan, covering every moment with the same love as armies around the world. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and be part of the community that celebrates Kim Taehyung,